Hello and welcome back. My name is Caitlin and I'm doing a Nova year. I've been seeing images of the new Natasha Denona Yucca Palette, which is going to be coming out in a couple days, and I immediately, the first thing I thought is that I wanted to buy it, but since it's my Nova year, I will not be purchasing it. Let's talk about the Yucca palette and why you probably don't need it. So the very first thing that I thought of when I saw it was that it was very reminiscent of the gold palette and then also the Metropolis palette. Like if you take out that half of the Metropolis palette, that's quite similar to what the Yucca palette has going on. So because I won't be buying it and because I have a bunch of Natasha Denona palettes, I figured I'd go ahead and try to, I don't think I'm going to like straight up dupe it, but at least dupe the vibes of it. And if you're a big Natasha Denona palette collector like I am, then you also probably do not need the Yucca palette. So I have images of it off to the side that I'm looking at, and the first thing that I'm noticing that I don't like, the one shade I think that I won't actually be able to get something that's quite the same is that like neon yellow chartreusey green, the Camu shade. I think I have a pretty good selection to choose from for everything else, and I only pulled the Natasha Denona midi palettes that I thought would work for this. So while I'm thinking of the Camu shade, I think Zest would be the only thing that comes slightly similar to it. So if I feel the need to pull this out, then I will. But otherwise, I think I have what I need in order to at least just dupe the vibes of it. Alright, so the first thing that I'm noticing is that it's pretty mustard heavy, for the mattes at least, which that's a good mustard. And then also from the bronze palette, trying to alright, well now you're just staring at the camera. Okay, so these aren't quite mustards, but it does have some more rusty brown going on in it. Okay, and it also has like an army green. And that actually seems pretty close to that matte green that's in there. That's really similar as well. Okay, I'm wondering if maybe just pulling yellows could work. Okay, it also has quite a dark brown in it. And okay, and then I guess I'm basically just gonna look for shimmery golds. Okay, there's one metallic, it kind of looks like a duochrome that's in there, that like a gold green shift, which I don't think I really have. And then there is that sort of a silvery purple looking. That might also be a multi-chrome. Okay, I pulled out the Glam palette. Okay, for the shade Elysian. It gets kind of a cool toned, and then actually that dark brown that's in there is kind of on a cool tone vibe. Okay, so I kind of feel like this fits the brief. Okay, so I need to narrow it down to 15 shades, and now that I have everything else out, this shade that I took from the My Dream palette is actually more of a purple, so I'm going to put that back. And then those two greens are pretty similar, but I think it's gonna have to be that one. Alright, and then I kind of just have a lot of the mustard yellow things happening. Okay, so really there's like two mustard shades in there, an orange, like orangey red, and then a reddy brown. So that covers the mustard. That covers like the orangey red. That's pretty good for a straight up orange. Yeah, like the reddy brown. Okay, so I guess I don't need those two. Although, was I gonna just use the straight up yellow for that neon one that I don't really have anything for? Yeah, I'll leave that for now. Okay, I pulled this from the bronze. It might not be quite silvery enough. I'm going to set that to the side, and then maybe this one. Alright, I pulled these two shimmeries, but they might just be, yeah, they're pretty like pink leaning, so I don't think those will do. But I do need a dark brown, like a khaki green. This one is a bit too much of just like a topper. There's not necessarily like an orange shimmer, but I still feel like that kind of fits the vibe. Alright, so I need 2 more. Just looking at these, okay, so this isn't quite as neon and chartreuse as that one green that's in there, but I think it will fit pretty nicely. And then I also think that, like, this is a duochrome, so I think it could go in place of some of those like super shiny looking ones. Alright, so I think these pretty well fit the vibes. I'm going to try to arrange them in a way that kind of matches how they would maybe be for the pans that are in the actual palette. Okay, so I have one more matte than what is in the actual palette, but I think this does a pretty decent job of at least duping the vibes of it. So what I'm going to do is actually, I think I'm going to empty the bronze palette and actually put them all in here. Alright, so although I didn't dupe it completely, I feel like I duped the vibes pretty well, which just kind of goes to show that you don't need to buy every new released palette out there. You probably can put one together of your own using stuff that you already have. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this, and maybe it ends up being completely different than the swatches that are on the arm, but we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you planning on picking up the Yucca palette? Are you also on a no-buy, and maybe this gives you some inspiration to go check your own collection to see if you have some similar shades that could probably produce the same results for you? Let me know. Again, it's my no-buy year, so if you want to stick around and find out how I progress with that, then consider subscribing. If you liked this, hit the like button if you want. That'd be cool. And other than that, I hope you are having a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!